Let's talk about breakfast and PCOS. One of the things that I most commonly hear from clients is that they struggle to eat breakfast, either because they're too stressed and too busy to remember to eat it, or they're not hungry in the morning, or they just don't know what to eat because a lot of their old staples they've been told are bad for their condition. But there are some pretty big reasons to eat breakfast for PCOS. It gets your metabolism going at the ideal time of day. Our body relies on something called a circadian rhythm, and we actually process carbohydrates and glucose better in the morning and the early afternoon than we do in the evening. So when we start eating in the morning, we have more freedom to include more carbohydrates in our diet, and that can make our diets easier to stick to. If you find that you're not hungry for breakfast, sometimes this can be a sign of some cortisol adrenal issues, which are common in PCOS, and it could mean that your body's relying on its own internal stores of glucose rather than food, which can stress your body out. And I'm sure you've heard about the benefits of intermittent fasting. It's true, there are benefits to that. However, when we skip breakfast every day, that's not actually intermittent fasting. That's something called time-restricted eating, which in my opinion is not helpful for PCOS. So maybe you know that you need to eat breakfast, but you just don't know what to eat. I'm going to show you a little post that I made with some of my favorite ideas, so pause to read. My biggest takeaway from this is that breakfast doesn't need to be complicated. It can be very simple. I often just have a protein shake or a matcha latte with collagen for breakfast, and then I rely on lunch and dinner for my times when I incorporate more anti-inflammatory nutrients. So if you want to challenge me, tell me your favorite breakfasts, and I'll see if I can find a way to make them more insulin resistance friendly.